Okay. So there's Searle. It looks like it's working. We're gonna see how loud it is together. It's all it's all magical here. So let's see what he says. I don't even remember what he said. I isolated this video and I was gonna do something, try and do like something a little more cool with it, but I never got to the point. So you're gonna hear a really hilarious question come through here, and he's gonna give me a hard time. I know it's fancy and it's free. This is the free version. Facebook is at least 30 seconds lag behind the actual Streamlab link. Okay, that's good to know. So we're going to listen here.
Devin Davis said, "Why are you okay with churches being caged?"
Again, I cannot believe I cannot believe that his assistant sent him that question. We can hear you, but it's quiet. Okay, well, hold on. Someone's saying I'm quiet. So, or sorry, that's Cliff saying that. So let's check out the mic, and we're gonna up it. What about now? How is it now? Is that better? Let me know in 30 seconds when you hear it. So I've upped the volume a little bit. So here's Searle. You can, yeah, Cliff says, hey, yeah, I agree. Oh, this is so awesome. You can see his soul leaving his body as he read the question out loud. Now, one thing to be clear here is I did not expect this question to get through at all. And it did. So let's listen. Hold on.
Great question, Devin. Obviously,
No, it's not.
obviously pertaining to Grayside Church, which is. I know many of you have very strong opinions, one way or the other, and obviously I'm happy to answer
was the
this
worst question of the night for you.
You know, I will say, as an elected official, as an MLA, that no issue that I've faced over the last 2 years has probably caused me as much sleep as Graceland Church. That
I would imagine that's true, but not because of a guilty conscience, because people are calling you at all hours of the day, I think, right?
it absolutely rips my heart out is in terms of how that's gone out. Obviously, I don't want to see fences around any religious community. In fact, as a government, and I feel as if I had a strong voice in this as well, is allowing some of the most open opportunities for religious congregations to be.
Okay. So, because you're the least terrible province, what you're doing is okay, right? You are the worst. You're the best of the worst. You're the best of the worst country other than Canada. So he does look like he changed a different color, yeah. So so everyone knows what I'm talking about. His face, he turned 3 deeper shades of red. So what you see here, this is obviously before the newest set of restrictions when they limited to 15 people. This is before that. So I'm sorry, but I didn't have the ability to do all this cool stuff before then. So just, keep in mind that they now have limited to 15 people. 10 if one of them's dead. 5 if it's outside. So he's about to brag about the amount of opportunity. Sorry. He's about to brag about the amount of opportunities he's had, or he's given the province, or Alberta has given the province. Let's find out how good they are.
Able to continue to operate short of a couple of weeks here in the spring, to continue to meet, and so people can meet in a congregational safe level, which is like 15 or 25%. And
a congregational safe level? Where's the scientific evidence to prove that a 15% capacity is the level? that is safe. Where's the evidence for that? Do you have the evidence for that, Cyril? We'd love to know.
And I mean, when you have churches in many other jurisdictions across the country, BC, Ontario, Quebec, that have been shuttered, locked up for months and months and months. I know many MLAs in our caucus have fought hard about allowing churches as we consider.
So here's the thing. The MLAs in our area have fought hard to allow us things. You don't have the right to allow us things. That is out of your jurisdiction. What you are saying and doing is wrong. Government has no evidence because it's a scam. Correct. This is a scam. But more importantly, how is he talking? This is what you fought to allow us these things? No, man. You as my MLA need to understand that this is outside of your jurisdiction and you have no right to even be telling us this stuff. You have no right to say, we fought to allow you things. No, you don't have the right to tell us to do anything in regarding our worship. You have no right. And also, it is completely outside of the jurisdiction of any government. So let's keep listening. I'm getting re-angry again.
Essential services in our respective communities to remain open. And so I will say Grace Life Church as absolutely it upsets me. It upsets me that with the leadership there, for example, I know AHS has done everything in their power to work to look at solutions.
Oh, did you hear that, guys? He almost said to compromise with us. And then he realized, oh, wait, there is no compromise. You must submit. You heard it. I heard it. He almost said, let's see if I can get it back a little bit. It's hard to do, but we'll see where that starts us. This is all experimental.
Power to work, to look at solutions that they could remain open.
The solution was to comply or be shut down and have your pastor arrested. Remember? Do you remember that, Cyril? Do you remember that, Casey Madu? I do. I remember when you arrested my pastor twice, and then you gave him conditions that are preposterous to impose on a pastor who actually follows the word of God and listens to, and loves his congregation, or not listens.
It's quite unfortunate that the leadership of that individual congregation, because
there's only one, right? There isn't a bunch of churches that are actually open and just defying you and you haven't found them yet, right? That's what's happening. It's just one nut bar group giving you a hard time.
It's also, short of maybe 3 churches in the entire province, every church in the province continues to have the ability to have people meet in a congregational setting and worship. And that's extremely important. And I will say, apologize for bringing this up, but it is something personal to me where, last night after the legislature, it was an early night. We finished about 11:30, 12, and I drove back to Spruce Grove. It's about a half-hour drive, and I took the time to drive past Grace Light. This is just after the fences went up. And I'll admit, I just stopped at the edge of the road there and just stared at the church and quite frankly prayed for the leadership of, in that faith community, and prayed for the softening of hearts.
So one, I honestly have a hard time even believing that. To his credit, though, I will say that Cyril Turton he does put himself in the firing squad. You can go have a meeting with him. It'll have to be outdoors right now and limited to 5 people, but you can have a town hall meeting with him, and he is totally open to being destroyed by his constituents. That is true. So keep that in mind. Anyway, he went down. He says he prayed. So one thing you have to understand is I voted for Cyril. I thought he was the best of the three conservatives in the area. Uh, I I feel like I do regret that a little bit. I love, like honestly, let's pray for the dude. He claims to be a believer. I believe he was raised Roman Catholic, but he goes to the Spruce Grove Alliance Church because his wife goes there. So I don't think that he is non-Catholic by conviction or anything. So he's obviously pretty milquetoast, and he's he's praying for um, he's praying that the hearts of the leadership would be softened. Nah, man, like no, thank you. Honestly, I would rather you saved it for yourself on Judgment Day. Honestly, I know that that might be a little harsh, but it's just is what it is. Yeah, I got it back a little. So let's
And
see.
quite frankly, prayed for the leadership of in that faith community, and prayed for the softening of hearts and the cooling of tongues. And all I can ask is, and I'm asking the leadership of that church to be able to work with the government to have a way that they can continue to be open, keep their congregants safe amidst this pandemic in the same manner as churches right across this entire province. And I am hoping that a solution comes soon. I hate the idea of seeing any church that remains closed.
So keep in mind, guys, the solution is to comply, then submit a request to give us back our stuff with an opening plan saying we will comply to every detail. We'll put up plastic and places and stuff and impose all these dumb rules, and then maybe they'll give us our building back, maybe, but I doubt it. So, but all mosques are fully open. So one thing I'll say is I don't know if that's true, but they're definitely turning a blind eye to mosques, aren't they? Aren't they? So, obviously this video is pretty short. Please, Cyril, I want some more. So obviously Cliff said this. Please, Cyril, I want some more. Yeah, so basically, these people are in a position of power where they don't think that they work for us. Um, Obviously, he doesn't think he works for us. He thinks that it's his job to literally tell us what to do. The the title is public servant, isn't it? Is it not public servant? What is that? What does servant mean? It means I'm your boss. So give me back my church, please. I'll say please. Dude, this thing's amazing though. The setup, it's very helpful. Okay. So anyway, let's see what the last little part is that he's got to say
As
here.
you know, the need is great for churches to be able to do their good work in our respective communities, and I'm hoping that they can.
Do you know what a good work is for a community? Putting my hand on someone and praying for them. And I talked about this last on Thursday, but it's praying for people, laying your hands on them, giving them hugs. Oh, Justin's getting famous. And your base. Give me my base back. Give me back my base, Cyril. So actually, there's a funny thing. I could totally, I guess, request to get in there. And our office guy, I believe he's got the permission to go in there and grab stuff. But honestly, I really don't need it right now anyway. So it's not a big deal. It's just sitting there collecting dust. If anyone's concerned about my base. And as always, Resistance Coffee Company. Use code Davis at checkout. Receive 10% off your first order. So here's the thing. I don't actually believe
Continue to do that in a public, very public and open scenario, and we will see where that goes. But that I will admit that one issue really hits home for me, especially.
Okay, so Searle's done. He went to the next question after that, so let's see.